The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to the November 17th, otherwise known as the fantastic Friday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Hey, let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. And the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, we're going to go check on the circumstance of these markets. We'll go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I at just past 11 o'clock in the morning. I do want you to know I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here, but even more important than that, and that's this. During this next 53 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone. You can dial on it at 877-927-6648. Now, if you've got a question but you can't dial in, you can always send me an email. For that, send that to steve@tfnn.com. And inside the subject heading, please put radio show question. Of course, if you're inside our Tiger's Den, well, then any and every ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on Fantastic Friday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. Right now, we got all the U.S. indices trading to the downside. You've got the Dow off 65 points. That's about 0.2, so almost flat. The S&P is off 31, 0.7, not flat. 1 2/10% for the NASDAQ, 145 points. 0.25% for the Russell, down 5. 1.5% for the semis. They're off 44 points. Gold is trading down $5. Silver's down 7 cents. Light sweet crude off $2. Natural gas down 13 cents. 30-year Treasury basically flat at 125.16. What's not flat is that U.S. dollar index. Right now, up 28 cents, trading out at 104.08. So let's try to figure out what the market is communicating to you and I. That sounds like a good thing. First place that we'll start here is let's take a look at the daily equity future contracts out here. So the first one we're looking at is the ES Min in the upper left-hand corner. Yesterday when I was with you, we were looking at a potential new profile that did not take hold last night at 6:01. So we're dealing with that old profile. No problem. Price right now is trading into support. So the first support level for the ES Mini is at 40.67. We're trading right now at 40.66. That is the center of its bullish structured profile. And there's a whole range of support. It's between 40.27 and 40.67. So you've got a 40-point move there. We can see the NQ, the ES, they're both trading below yesterday's lows. So that's not a bullish sign by any stretch of the imagination. We do have the NQ testing a level of support. The top of its profile, it's below that. That's at 12.408. We're at 12.322. So you watch that. It closed below that. Really, you need two consecutive closes below 12.408 to then suggest to move back to 12.083 to 11.975. So both the ES and the NQ have bullish structured daily profiles. If price did close below the bottom of those profiles, that would be signaling to you and I a change in trend. We look at the Dow equity future contract. That's in the lower left. It's really consolidating a sideways pattern. You can see it's maybe finding support at some rising trend lines. The Russell 2000, strong leg bull. Yeah, it's got a top out there, but it's trading above the top of its daily bearish structured profile. It's really a bullish outcome. Okay, so we have a little bit of perspective of what the daily charts are communicating to us. Let's go check on market breadth. See what's going on. We're going to primarily focus on the ES Mini, the S&P right now, but we can take a look at each of them as well. But right now, as we take a look at market breadth for the S&P 500, what you should notice is that those speed dials are in the bearish position for the 60, the hourly, the 4-hour, and the daily time frame. Let's start with the daily time frame, just trying to get the bigger picture here. So on a daily basis right now, this is the first crossover that we've had, bullish crossover, bearish crossover, since January 20th. And if it maintains this, what I mean by maintain this is currently we have 99 instruments trading above resistance, the top of a daily profile, versus 162 trading below support, the bottom of the daily profile. So that says that all rallies, just simply from a daily perspective, are going to get pretty darn choppy. That's especially true. Oh, wait, I can stay with it right there. Let me just, I gave you 99 above, 162 below. Let's take a look at the time frame below, the 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart, you've got 83 above, 258 below. Again, work cut out for itself there. And on an hourly basis, this is for the S&P 500, you have 57 above, 372 below. So could there be rallies? Absolutely, just like we've seen. But until this market breadth, especially for the shorter term time frames, starts to flip to the bullish side out there, you're going to see these rallies very likely being sold off. And that should be especially true with the daily spot volatility above its 50-day exponential moving average. I believe that was 2061. So keep an eye on that as well. We do have a 30-minute chart out here that we can look at for market breadth. This is for the S&P 500. And in the upper left-hand corner, you'll see there are 40 instruments trading above the top of a 30-minute profile and 203 below the bottom. So is the S&P going to get traction to rally out here? I think all these rallies right now are going to be met with some selling pressure. So let's go take a look at the let's change panels. Let's go to an 8-panel multi-time frame set of charts here for the ES Mini. In the upper left, you've got the daily time frame out there. No reason for us to spend more time on that. If we look at a 5-hour time frame chart, what we don't see here is any kind of a bottoming pattern. Nor do we on the 240-minute chart. In fact, the 240-minute chart says I've got to get below the low of the day just to get to bar number 8, and it would need to do that by 2 o'clock. Then you could potentially get a bottom signal by 4 on the 2-hour time frame. That was the 4-hour time frame. My apology. So let me take that back. You won't get a signal today. Or a confirmed signal today. That would not take place until Sunday. The markets are closed on Monday, but I believe the futures may be open. But don't take my word on that. If we take a look at the 2-hour time frame chart, now that's where it needs. That's the very right-hand panel. It says 120 minutes. Stevie will eventually figure out that 120 minutes is the same as 2 hours. And so that's telling us needs to spike below today's low in order to generate at least bar number 8 there. And that would need to do that, I believe, by noon. So you potentially could get a bottoming signal here by about, going into the close at 4 p.m. 60-minute chart, we took a look at a 60-minute market breadth out there. What we saw there was that market breadth was bearish. Take a look at what the 60-minute chart has done here. It's rallied a couple different times up to 40.81. Turns out 40.81, it's gotten above that, but the 40.81 level is the top of that hourly profile. We looked at the 240-minute chart, or the 240-minute market breadth. That was also bearish out there. So that would really suggest that price is likely to target its TD9 count breakout level of 40.48. I'm not saying that it does that today, but it's wide open to be able to do just that. On a 30-minute basis out here, we've had several Rhodes momentum indicator bottoms form. Those are the black diagonal lines. Those get confirmed when we get a bullish reversal candle. But each time we've gotten that, what price has been unable to do is either take out its oscillator and change line, or even better yet, take out any key profile levels. You'll see up here at 40.84 on the 30-minute time frame for the ES Mini, a bearish structured profile. So what we know right now as of 11:14, market breadth is very bearish for the S&P 500 for its 30-minute, 60-minute, 240-minute, and even its daily time frame. So all rallies should be met with selling. Watch that 40.84 level. Price can close above that, then you might have some rally. We'll be right back.
Currencies, commodities, and bond markets are as important as ever right now with how they're driving the volatility in equity markets across the globe, which is why it's a great time to try out Teddy Kegstad's Tiger Forex Report. Teddy Kegstad breaks down the Forex markets every Monday using his 30-plus years of experience as a trading veteran of futures, Forex, stocks, and options. Teddy releases his weekly Tiger Forex Report every Monday morning with coverage of all the major currency pairs, including the dollar index, the euro dollar, pound dollar, dollar Swiss, dollar yen, as well as many more, and he also has weekly coverage of the crude oil market and the 30-year T-bonds, as they both influence Forex markets tremendously. When you sign up for the Tiger Forex Report, you also gain instant access to Teddy's 60-minute webinar archive he just hosted, Forex Strategies and Fundamentals, What is Behind the Tiger Forex Report. For all the details and to start your 30-day Tiger Forex Report subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
You might think that if you want to be successful at trading in the stock market, you're going to need a crystal ball. After all, it's impossible to predict the future, right? Like any endeavor in life, before you decide it's impossible, get some advice from the experts. You might find that it's not so impossible after all. For daily market overviews that give you direction on the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, subscribe to the Opening Call newsletter at TFNN.com. The Opening Call newsletter is written by Basil Chapman, creator of the trading methodology known as the Chapman Wave. The Chapman Wave up-down sequence gives you an edge in identifying price turns, finding the peaks and valleys in stock prices. Get the Opening Call newsletter by Basil Chapman in your inbox every day. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know, and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. So let's get to our first question out here. First question coming in from Brent in Martinez, California. Brent says, happy fantastic Friday, Steve. Thanks to you, Brent. To you as well. And says, I wanted to thank you for the help with Mara yesterday, in particular identifying the topping patterns that were present. So here's the chart for Mara. We took a look at Mara yesterday. It was running right up into that TD9 count breakdown resistance level of 886. So I would think that that's what Brent was speaking about there. He closed out that call position after we spoke. So that's great. And it's, trading back. Now, it does have support at its green oscillator and change line at 712 as we speak right now. But Brent would like to take a look at a new position. He does not actually have a position in it. Ticker symbol is SBSW. Now, we'll get that fired up here in a moment. SBSW. Just curious as to what that actually is. That is Sibane Stillwater Limited. So let's go take a look at it. Let's get over to its set of charts out here and further read his question. So he's not in a position, but looking and considering to getting in a position, would like to see if there's any some potential support areas on the weekly and monthly charts, any TD9 counts, other patterns, and so forth. And lastly, he'd also like to take a look at gold priced in the other major currencies. So we'll take a look at both of those for Brent in Martinez, California. Well, it turns out, Brent, that you've got a TD9 count bottom that is in place right now. The low of that pattern, of that TD9 count, is $9.26. You're trading at $9.27 right now. If price were to close below $9.26, SBSW, then that pattern would be negated, and that would say lower price. Lower price for me would then be $8.77. That would be the bottom of its bullish structured weekly profile. So we got a couple things here. One, you're trading below the red oscillator and change line. You're trading below profiles on the daily time frame. You've got a bottom that is in place. I see a wave 7 bottom as well that is forming right now today. So ideally, you'd love to see this thing hold that low from February 14th. And again, that is at 926. So if you're looking to get into a position, you do have a signal as we speak right now. Let's take a look at the weekly chart. You were asking for support levels or resistance areas. 877 again is support. Resistance right now would be 1005 or 1048. 1005 was the red oscillator and change line. On a monthly basis, you're sitting at support. That's the bottom of its profile. The bottom of the profile is actually at 926. Price right now is trading at 929. So you've got support on the monthly, a TD9 count, potential TD9. Well, you have a TD9 count bottom on the daily. We just don't know if it's going to hold up at the end of the day out there. If we look at a 30-minute time frame, so an intraday chart, to see if there's any kind of signal information, we do see a Rhodes momentum indicator signal. What we don't see is a price trading above resistance, any resistance levels, whether it's the profiles or that red oscillator and change line. So if you can get above 936, then we should see a move to the 961-ish type area. That is ticker symbol SBSW. So, Brent, I hope that helps you out with regard to that. If not, please write back to me, and I'll be happy to pull that up. Just curious here. I want to see if let's see if we can find SBSW. See if my SBSW, if the seasonal charts, we've got it here. So let's go ahead and push that up on the screen and just kind of get a feel. So SBSW, we can go back as far as 10 years. The red vertical line tells you where we're at today. So this is the seasonal pattern over the last 10 years. It does say that this thing should be topping out there, and you and I are looking at it bottoming. So, well, the question is, does that TD9 count hold out there? So is the seasonal chart going to assist us? Well, let's take it from 10 years down to 5 years to see if there's no other change there. So you are going into a time period here where just seasonally, Sibane, Stillwater typically runs into pressure, but I'd trade the patterns versus the seasonals. I'd just be aware of the seasonals, but I would trade the patterns out here. So again, Brent, I hope that helps you out. You also wanted to take a look at gold price and the other currencies. For that, we've got to change screen, so we'll go back to the black background charts out there, and then we'll punch those up, and we'll take a look at Goldilocks. And one of the reasons I'm sure that Brent wants to take a look at gold price and other currencies is it may be falling in terms of U.S. dollars, but what's it doing inside the other currencies? If it's falling in terms of all currencies, well, then you really got some selling pressure and, so to speak, just directionally speaking, a bear market. Whereas if you have everything and a real bull market is when the instrument, in this case here gold, would be trading higher in all major currencies. So it should be up on your screen right now. If we take a look at gold price in euros, I'm going to expand out this chart. You can see that you're trading above yesterday's high. So even if the U.S. dollar index continues to get stronger and the euro continues to get weaker out here, right now with regard to how that is termed, priced out in gold, you don't see sellers with regard to gold in euros. In fact, they're taking a look at trend line support out there and maybe trying to take long positions. Well, turns out priced in yen, that's this next chart out here, the second one from your right-hand side, prices trading above yesterday's close out there. So again, you may have selling pressure in terms of dollars, but you have buying pressure in terms of now euros and yen. Well, how about the Great British Pound? Great British Pound, we're trading just slightly lower out there. So if you're wondering why didn't gold crater, the reason that it didn't crater is because different traders in different currencies, we have to be paying attention to those, aren't seeing the same thing that you and I were in terms of dollars. Now, what we should do from here, since Brent asked about gold, is actually go take a look at the gold charts. So I'm going to flip back to those white background screens out there. We'll get to the gold charts. We'll kind of get a feel for, not kind of, we will get a feel for what gold is communicating to us on multiple time frames. So the first time frame that we're going to take a look at out here is going to be the monthly time frame. That's in our upper left. We take a look at the monthly time frame. Here's what we know. We know that the rally that lasted so far for 3 months ran right into resistance, which happened to be the bottom of the swing point for March of 2022. Price right now is back underneath its green oscillator and change line, back inside its profile. If it closes out the month that way, that suggests a move to 1772 to 1690. The weekly time frame chart. You can see the A to B equals CD pattern I've drawn in here. This was a 4-river evening star. So it does have a sell the D point pattern. Price is now below the bottom of its profile, and it is below its green oscillator and change line. Those are not bullish conditions. That suggests a further retracement. The daily time frame, which has a TD9 count top. It's got a Rhodes momentum indicator top. It's got everything that you need. What it's done is price pulled back to the first breakout level at 1891. Didn't really stop there. That support level acted as resistance. And now what price did this morning, it got down to, I believe, was 1827.70. 1827 even Steven was the TD9 count breakout level. Is that a bottom? What I can share with you is that we do not have a bottom pattern. But that doesn't mean that it's not a bottom. So when we see price pull back to support for whatever time frame, right now we know it's not on the weekly, we know it's not on the monthly, we do know it's on the daily. If that is a bottom, we will see bottoming signals on some or all of those other intraday systems out here. Well, if we take a look at the daily time frame, I have to assume, but I won't assume it, that there's at least an A to B equals CD pattern here that was confirmed with a bullish engulfing candle. But let's not spend any time focused on that. Instead, if you take a look at Goldilocks here, the first indication of a change in trend is when resistance levels fail. We would see that on the intraday charts first. Turns out on the 30-minute chart, that's exactly what happened an hour ago. Price closed above 1842.70. It's TD9 count breakdown area. So we get back from this breakout here. Let's finish looking at those intraday charts for Goldilocks. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
If you want to take advantage of this sector, now is the time to subscribe to my Gold Report. The Gold Report is a comprehensive look at the metals sector as well as the markets that move gold, which is the currency and bond markets. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Every Monday morning, I publish the Gold Report with coverage of gold, silver, bonds, the XAU, HUI, GDX, as well as more than 30 different mining equities. To see for yourself the types of profitable trades that are recommended within the Gold Report, sign up now by visiting TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the next great gold trade. Sign up today.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartleys, ABCs, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
This segment is brought to you by Thinkorswim. For more information, just click the Thinkorswim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. So we're taking a look at Goldilocks out here. We looked at the 30-minute chart, and what we noticed here, the most important thing that we noticed, First, daily-wise, price pulled back to a breakout level, 1827. If that's going to be a level of support, we should see the intraday charts show us bottom patterns. We should see resistance levels fell. In the case of the 30-minute chart, that resistance level is 1842.70. If you're asking me where's the next resistance level, that's easy peasy. It's 1852.70. All we have to do is look at the 60-minute time frame chart, and what we see at that price level is a TD9 count breakdown area. And then our eyes can go all the way to the right to the 5-hour time frame chart. And what we see out here is price did get below the bottom of its profile. Just expand out the chart for you so that you can see that. I'll just pull this over a little bit to the left. Maybe there we go. And so what happened here is this is a bullish structured profile. Price got below it. This is a 5-hour chart at about 2,300 hours and again at 4 a.m. this morning. If this is just a counter trend move, price will find resistance at that 1852 level. 1852 is the center of that bullish structured profile for the 5-hour time frame. 1852.70 is the TD9 count breakdown level. If gold moves above that, closes above that, at a minimum we should get an additional rally. Now, I had mentioned to you that Goldilocks was attempting to form a new profile. So we're going to switch back to those charts. Those are the black background charts. We're going to see if that new profile still exists, because you would ask the question, okay, Stevie, if price closed above 1852, where's it going from there? And that's a great question. So let's simply expand out the gold chart here. Let me give you those profile areas. This will not be confirmed, unfortunately, until Sunday. Oh, they just went away. Okay. So much for that one. That took care of that. So no new profile for Goldilocks, at least at the moment. So now what we'll have to say is if you get above 1852, the rally should continue to extend itself. Extend itself to where? Well, I'd have to say it would be that green oscillator and change line in the daily time frame, 1887. So for Goldilocks, you want to watch right now the 1852.70 level. And if you do get above that, well, what we could easily look at is another $30 rally inside of gold. So Brent, I hope that helps you out, and everybody else I'm sure had interest in gold and what it was doing. Let's do this here. Let's go back to the white background charts, and let's go to our next request out here. The next request coming in from Option Dan. And Option Dan wants to take a look at Tesla. So let's go take a look at Tesla. We'll change our screens out here, and let's see, is that Tesla? There's Tesla. So with regard to Tesla, he says Tesla to 188, not today. Well, and maybe not tomorrow because the market will be closed, but maybe not on Tuesday either. So if we do take a look at Tesla, it formed that Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. That was something I believe that we were looking at yesterday. Now what price is doing is testing that green oscillator and change line. A green oscillator and change line, what that tells us, Dan, that tells us that the price oscillator, which is the difference between the 19 to 39 period exponential moving average of price out there, that the price oscillator is above zero. When it's above zero, those are bullish momentum conditions. So right now, remember, when you form any kind of a top or any kind of a bottom, let's talk tops right now. When you form any kind of a top, all that it's really instructed to do is go back and test support. See if you can bust out support. That's why it's really important to understand where support and resistance is. And that's why it's nice to have these additional tools. The oscillator and change line, without it, you wouldn't have any reason to understand why price is stopping where it is. That's why I developed that tool. I didn't know, like many of you perhaps too, when is a retracement just a retracement? Well, that's pretty easy. The way I answer that, a retracement is just a retracement when it's just pulling back to support. Now, we have other support levels as well. We've got the TAS profile areas. So if price in the case of Tesla does close below that oscillator and change line, currently printed at 199.42, if price closes below that, Option Dan, then what price should do is pull back a further retracement, but probably into its bullish structured profile area. And that'd be between 187.56 and 191.97. Only a close below 187.56 would signal a change in trend in the case of Tesla. And then that could open up the doors all the way back to 134. But that's not the message as we speak at 11:34 in the morning. Weekly chart still looks good. The monthly chart says, I'm struggling here at resistance levels. That's the bottom and center of its bullish structured profile that it closed below back in November of 2022. So Option Dan, I hope that helps you out with regard to Tesla and what it is doing or isn't doing. By the way, on a 30-minute chart out here with regard to Tesla, this will help you to understand whether that green oscillator and change line is going to hold or not. This has a TD9 count bottom out here. And a close below 199.17 is going to suggest lower price. And then that would tell me that more likely than not, the green oscillator and change line on the daily basis. Well, let me see. Where was it? That's a 199.17. Where are we at again here? Maybe not. We are at 199.34. Watch that daily time frame chart out there and the oscillator and change line. I hope that helps you out, Dan, and have a fantastic weekend. The next request coming in from Jimmy inside the Tiger's Den, and Jimmy wants to know if Crocs, C-R-O-X, has topped out. Well, turns out, Jimmy, I just have to say the answer is yes. I think you are dead right on that. And that is because yesterday was a confirmation of a Rhodes momentum indicator top. Now, here's the problem, though, with yesterday's candle formation. We also had a gap to the upside. And what that tells us here, Jimmy, is that what I like to do when you get a gap and to try to understand is the candle formation, does it maintain itself? Well, in this case here, if we take a look, and so what you'd really have to do is you'd have to color in this case here, that entire gap area, and you color that in red as an example. And if I were to take a look at that candle, Jimmy, that would not be a bearish shooting star. So we had a gap to the upside. That's a bullish signal. Price is above its green oscillator and change line. It's above its profile in the case of Crocs. So the only thing you and I are left to do is say, you know what? The overall signal is neutral. But to answer your specific question, has it topped out? It did generate a topping pattern yesterday. That should at least lead price back to its oscillator and change line. Currently printed 127.32. But a sideways move, that line can continue to move up. So those two have a date with each other. I don't know how that date is going to turn out. On a weekly basis, and we won't get a confirmation until we see a lower high on a weekly basis, you do have wave number 7 that has been triggered. That is letter G. That's part of Basil Chapman's toolkit out there. It's a very cool part of the toolkit. So there's a potential. So you've got a topping signal on the weekly, definitely topping pattern on the daily. But we take a look at the monthly chart, it says, I don't know what you guys are talking about, tops out here. I'm ready to continue to cruise higher, and I want to get all the way back up to that monthly TD 9-count top. So let's go with neutral here for the moment with regard to Crocs. I don't know, if you're in a position, I'd still hold on to it. If you're looking to get into a position, I'd wait for it to pull back. If it does pull back out there. So I hope that helps you out with regard to Crocs, and have a fantastic weekend as well. The next question coming in from Dan inside the Tiger's Den, and Dan would like to take a look at platinum. So we're looking at the April contract for platinum. We've got the daily time frame. Dan, this did form a bottom. I don't recall what your message or what your request was. My apologies. But you did get a bottom pattern yesterday, and that was a TD 9-count. Now, that pattern only gets negated with a close below it. And a close below it would be 909 even Steven. If you were to get a close below that, that pattern gets negated and says, sayonara, I'm headed lower. Well, the nice thing about the daily time frame, remember, when you make a bottom pattern, what you like to see on the intraday charts is you like to see bottom signals as well. Well, it turns out on the 5-hour chart, you now have, well, I can't really say that. I can only say that at 2 p.m., right? Yeah. But you presently, at least as 11:38, have that bullish reversal candle to confirm a bottom pattern. But I don't know what it's going to look like at 2 o'clock. Hopefully it still retains that bullish character, as does the 240 bottom pattern there. 120-minute Rhodes momentum indicator bottom pattern there. So yeah, has this formed a bottom, platinum? The answer is absolutely. Will it hold? Well, only time will tell. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
You might think that if you want to be successful at trading in the stock market, you're going to need a crystal ball. After all, it's impossible to predict the future, right? Like any endeavor in life, before you decide it's impossible, get some advice from the experts. You might find that it's not so impossible after all. For daily market overviews that give you direction on the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, subscribe to the Opening Call newsletter at TFNN.com. The Opening Call newsletter is written by Basil Chapman, creator of the trading methodology known as the Chapman Wave. The Chapman Wave up-down sequence gives you an edge in identifying price turns, finding the peaks and valleys in stock prices. Get the Opening Call newsletter by Basil Chapman in your inbox every day. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know, and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. TFNN.com, educating investors.
technology around us is changing every day. With so much happening, it can seem impossible to keep up with all the information. David White's investment newsletter, The Technology Insider, is designed to give you all the information you need to understand the technology that shapes today's markets and tomorrow's future. David White has made his living staying on the cutting edge of technology. His weekly newsletter will give you specific recommendations for value tech stocks, as well as entry prices, target prices, and stops to set for each trade. Dave delivers his weekly newsletters every Friday with updates throughout the week. You can get the Technology Insider at TFNN.com for only $37.50. Sign up for David's newsletter, The Technology Insider, and get an inside look at everything the technology sector has to offer. Try it risk-free today with our 30-day money-back guarantee. TFNN, educating investors.
Are China A-shares hot or not? If you trade China A-shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A-share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A-shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's off 52, S&P 34, NASDAQ 100 down 175. Let's move off of platinum and go to our next question. That's coming in from Dennis G. Wants to take a look at Apple. And a specific question is about Apple from a short-term basis. So for the short-term time frame chart, let's take a look at what Apple is doing on a 30-minute basis. And on a 30-minute basis, we've got a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. That took place at 3:30 yesterday afternoon. Price also closed below its profile then. It is still below profile levels. Oscillator and change line recently changed color. When this does form a bottoming pattern, we don't have one right now. What we do have is price at a breakout level of support of 151.75. If price closes below that, and I don't have any reason to suggest that it won't, then its next target should be 150.46. It could form some type of TD9 count bottom pattern. You're in bar number 6 right now. That was as of 11. Well, that was as of 11. What the heck? This is 11:30. So you're in bar number 6 right now, 7, 8, 9. You got an hour and a half, 12. So about 1:30, you could. I'm not saying you will. Pattern hasn't unfolded yet. You could see a short-term bottom pattern inside of Apple, but the pattern has to unfold. That's the only short-term time frame really that I have up here. If we take a look at Apple, look at consecutive days, just out of curiosity, where are we there? If you look at Apple and the rally off of the lows here in the January time frame, it has had one pullback, what I consider a pullback, 1 2-day knee-jerk reaction low out there, and today could be bar number 2. So Apple pretty darn strong out there. If we take a look at Apple on the daily time frame, it is still trading with inside its profile level, but it has lost its momentum, at least as of 11:44 in the morning. And what I mean by that is price is below its green oscillator and change line, which is at 152.98. Apple very likely going to target the breakout area of 140, or the bullish structured profile area in the 149.35 to 150.96 zone out there. So I do hope, Dennis G., that helped you out. But if not, you're just down the street in West Palm Beach. So just, text me. No, let me know inside the Tiger's Den if there's anything else that you need, and I'll be happy to get that for you. Let's move on to the next question out here. Next question coming in really from two different sources. One is Zakuta in the Tiger's Den and HD by email, both wanting to take a look at Amazon. So when we look at Amazon out here, TD9 count top. So it does that on that. Look at this. How strong is that TD9 count pattern? This Apple gaps up on February the 2nd out there. Strong move volume behind that move was 158,000 shares, 158 million shares. The day before was 80 million shares. When it moved to the downside, it was 144 million shares. So nice volume up there at the top. Nonetheless, a TD9 count top. What price is doing right now inside of Amazon, it's testing support. And support is the bottom of its profile, which is 96.02. Zakuta and HD. If Amazon closes below that level, again, that level is 96.02, you should see a run for its TD9 count breakout area. And that's at 91.52. Amazon with a nice monthly Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom out here. But this week, we could see price get back inside its weekly profile. It will do that if it closes today below 97.08. We're at 95.80 right now. If it closes inside that profile, well, that suggests we could see a run to 92.61. So now, and 89.56. So we got 92.61, 91.52. That would be the range that you would be looking for. If we look at Amazon here real quickly, not real quickly, but if we look at it on a 30-minute time frame, we don't have any kind of a bottom signal, but there is an A to B equals CD pattern. So if Amazon did on a 30-minute bar form a bullish reversal candle, then you should see price make a rally, and that rally should take us up to the oscillator and change line, currently at 97.52. We don't have that pattern present at the moment, but as you watch Amazon intraday, look at the 30-minute chart, watch for a bullish reversal candle. If you don't know what those are, I teach those to you. There's all kinds of candles out there, folks. All you really need to know is 7 of them. I can teach you the 7 bullish candles, which I do in a workshop on my for subscribers out there, and you can subscribe, do it for the next 29 days, cost you nothing. You'll get an education of a lifetime. I guarantee it. You'll get decades worth of information consolidated into hours out there. So just take good notes. Anyways, let's go ahead and move on to the next request out there, and that is from ELO, Electric Light Orchestra, inside our Tiger's Den. Would like to take a look at Moderna. mRNA is the ticker symbol out here. If we take a look at Moderna, it is taking out a swing point, or potentially taking out a swing point. That's a swing point from February 10th. That had volume of 2.9 million shares. Today, so far, you've done 2.6. So you have Moderna moving lower with volume. We'll put up my other charts to draw in the A to B equals CD pattern. Still, in order for it to form, though, what price must do today is at least close below the low of that pattern. That's 162.65. You're at 164.32 right now. So that's a potential pattern that's out there. But what I also see is a potential wave number 7 pattern, maybe, out there. I'd say it's more likely an E than it is a wave 7, so wave 5. The weekly chart for Moderna, if it closes below 167.55 today, this will be week 1 below the bottom of its weekly profile. That would suggest a change in trend and much lower. Now, Moderna could head all the way back to 118.31. That's its TD9 count breakout level. But before it would do that, it would have to deal with 155.36, which is the bottom of its monthly profile. On a short-term time frame, meaning a 30-minute basis, when we take a look at Moderna, mRNA, we do not have any, well, I take that back. We have a confirmed by the D point pattern. So the A to B, and then the C to D, this is like a 1 to 2 extension is what it looks like out there, 1 to 1.618. Price right now is consolidated with inside its profile. It's bullish in structure. On a 30-minute basis, Moderna should make a move to the 167.32 or 167.98 area. That's on a 30-minute basis. But you are pushing that swing point with volume. Let's go switch over to my black screens. Give me a moment here. And just to see where we're at, we got there. Let's switch over to where I can draw for more that A, B, C, D pattern here, mRNA. And let's draw that potential pattern. I'll just simply expand out the chart. So it would look like this, the A to B equals CD pattern. We don't have a confirmation yet. Well, actually, there's even a smaller one that's in here. This is, let me take a look at this first. So there's 2 potential A to B equals CD patterns. Yeah, that's one. So, wow, that's interesting. So this is completing the 1-to-1, but no bullish reversal candle. And it's holding that swing point. Look, at this stage here, let's not talk about, I already did, but let's not give too much more language yet to the A to B equals CD to the downside unless price closes below 162.65. So your wave number 7 on the daily, you're at the 1-to-1 out there. Just be patient. Be patient. But you do get that close below that swing point low out there. that could set up a larger A to B equals CD to downside. But right now we just have we've got this one. This is plenty out there, and so that next move, if you do close below the low from February 10th, that would be suggesting we at least get down to the 149.19 area. So I hope that helps you out, ELO. If not, write back to me and we'll try to get that information for you. Let's go out. Ooh, I'll tell you what, we'll do this when we get back from the break out there. We're going to go out to John in Philly. He wants to take a look at Newmont Mining. NEM is the ticker symbol. So stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
You might think that if you want to be successful at trading in the stock market, you're going to need a crystal ball. After all, it's impossible to predict the future, right? Like any endeavor in life, before you decide it's impossible, get some advice from the experts. You might find that it's not so impossible after all. For daily market overviews that give you direction on the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, subscribe to the Opening Call newsletter at TFNN.com. The Opening Call newsletter is written by Basil Chapman, creator of the trading methodology known as the Chapman Wave. The Chapman Wave up-down sequence gives you an edge in identifying price turns, finding the peaks and valleys in stock prices. Get the Opening Call newsletter by Basil Chapman in your inbox every day. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know, and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Everything in the universe is governed by the Fibonacci sequence. This mathematical principle is responsible for everything from the most aesthetically pleasing artwork to patterns in the stock market. To stay on top of stock patterns you can take advantage of, sign up for the Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter at TFNN.com. When you subscribe, you'll get a weekly report from veteran day trader Larry Pesavento on stocks you need to pay attention to. And you can trust Larry's analysis. After all, he's got 45 years experience as a day trader. Larry will also provide daily charts, videos, and data on the key markets that he's tracking. Expect notifications from Larry on market movement you need to act on at any time. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. Subscribe to the Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter today. TFNN.com, educating investors.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Let's immediately go out to John in Philly. John, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you today?
Very good, Steve. Thanks for this end-of-show quickie. Newmont Mining, please, daily, weekly charts. Gold is pulling back. Newmont is pulling back. Newmont has just pulled back and is now sitting exactly at the Fib 618 support mark. I don't know if it's going to bottom here, but it is a low-risk entry. What do your charts tell you, please?
So if a low-risk entry, and I know you want to take a look at the daily and weekly, and we'll do that. I'm just going to come back to the 30-minute chart because that's got a Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom. So this has a bottom signal. If this has bottom, we should start to see resistance areas fail. The first resistance area that this needs to get above and close above is 45.25 on a 30-minute basis. If you can do that, John, then you've got battles at 4603, 4625, and 4648. That's the 30-minute chart. Those are the battles. That's the bottom pattern that is out there. Of course, if price closes below, it's low. On a 30-minute basis, that was a hammer candle. That would suggest lower price. The daily time frame does not have any kind of a bottoming pattern signal out there. I've got wave number C. That's the third wave to the downside. Only bar number 5, that is in place right now. It's below support. That says my eyes then, John, go right over to the weekly chart. And what I notice on the weekly is price is below the bottom of its weekly profile. That's at 46.27, so watch that at the end of the day. Price is also below a red oscillator and change line. Those are two key critical levels of support. So a close below that today is going to suggest lower price. I would say that the price target would become its swing point from back on the trading day, a week, I should say, of November the 4th. And the high of that swing point is 43.24. If we take a look at the monthly time frame chart, support's at 42.34. I think we have those same digits, just in a different order out there. So no, I'm not dyslexic. It's just two different areas of support. So that's what I see, John. Anything else that you see that I should be aware of?
Thanks a bunch, Steve. Good weekend to you.
Okay, you bet. That was John in Philly. And folks, stay tuned. We've got great programming lined up. Remember, Monday is a holiday, and we're going to be celebrating, that's for sure. So we'll be back with you on Tuesday, or I'll be back with you on Tuesday. But stay tuned all day, and have a fantastic weekend. Be safe out there. Take care.